What's going on, y'all? I'm Scott Moss and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why a portfolio alone is not going to give you your first software engineering job. So lately, I've been doing a lot of mentor hours where I basically just create a link where anyone can book some time with me, 30-minute slot. And a lot of the questions I've been getting is, how do I make my portfolio stand out? What can I do? What kind of things can I build? What kind of apps can I make? How do I make my portfolio just look nice? And instead of answering with like, yeah, you need to go learn this, you need to go build this, make sure you make this. Some of the advice that I've actually been giving out lately is you shouldn't even be working on a portfolio if this is going to be your first job. So I know that's going to be controversial to a lot of the advice that you've probably gotten from your boot camp or from other people on YouTube or mentors that you're talking to. What a lot of people misunderstanding about the whole portfolio building is it's not really to show off to an employer to be like, hey, look what I did. I can make this. I'm really good at it. Because let's just walk through the logistics of an employer trying to hire someone like you. So if I'm company A and I post a job post, we're looking for an entry-level senior engineer position, imagine how many people are probably applying to that. Just the people that are on the website clicking apply. Okay, now imagine if every one of those people have a portfolio. So now I'm the recruiter or I'm a hiring manager, or I'm someone involved in the hiring process. I probably don't have the time to go look at every single portfolio of every single person that applied. In practice, the way that I've seen this work as someone who's actually hired entry-level engineers is that unless it's a very design-focused role, like we need a front-end engineer with a focus on 3D graphics or illustrations or animations, chances are they aren't really going to be looking at your portfolio to see what you did. The other reason is it's hard to evaluate that. So if I'm looking at your portfolio of some live apps that you've deployed, okay, maybe you built some apps and that's cool, but I don't really understand what it took to get that app there. I don't know the code that you wrote. I don't know the struggles that you did, all the things that you did to get this app deployed. All I see is an app. As far as I know, you couldn't have even made it. This is why employers usually have you do a take home. That way, everyone applying to the job can be on the same playing field, the same level playing field with the same project, and then they can evaluate your code that way. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, I don't want to discourage you from building your portfolio because I still do believe there's value in the portfolio. The reason you want to still work on the portfolio is simply because you need to build that skill. Remember when you first learned to ride a bike? You know, your parents, your siblings, whoever that was there to teach you or whatever video you might have watched, you didn't just get one lesson from them and hop on the bike and started riding. You have to keep doing it over and over and over again because it's a skill. And the more reps you got in, the more times you fell, the more times you got back up and tried to ride your bike, the closer you got to actually riding the bike. Learning the code and getting your job is pretty much the same thing. So the reason you want to work on a portfolio is to get more reps in, to develop opinions about technologies, to have things to talk about in the interview process, to really feel comfortable with the technologies that you're going to be doing on the job and that you may be asked on the interview. But I think your effort is probably best spent as far as getting a job is networking and trying to get an endorsement or recommendation into that company versus trying to stand out alone with a portfolio. I have personally never showed off a portfolio or submitted a portfolio to a company and I haven't had a problem. Now, I know there's some people out there that say, well, Scott, I actually did work on my portfolio and the company that I worked with gave me credit for it. They really loved it and they said that was one of the biggest reasons they hired me. Yes, it does work. I'm not saying it's not effective, but you're just playing the number games at that point. And I'd rather not bet on that. I'd rather do everything I can to get the job. So just to sum it all up, I do recommend you work on a portfolio, but not for the sake of showing it off to a potential employer, but only for you to get reps in. Pick a technology and challenge yourself. Build something around that technology just so you're familiar with it, just so you can say that you did it, just so when someone asks you a question about it, maybe in an interview, you have something to say about it. One thing that I've done in the past, and I've actually instructed a lot of the people that I mentor to do, is something that I call 90-minute apps. It's basically a drill. It's like going in the gym and putting some cones down and doing some drills for whatever sport you're practicing for. It's the same thing. So you have 90 minutes to scope out an idea around a technology that you don't know how to work with right now, and you have to build something with it. And it doesn't have to be something polished, like I said. It could be something simple just to give you the fundamentals of it. And that right there would actually fill 90 minutes. So really just going through a lot of technologies and doing the Hello World tutorial or the getting started could probably give you enough context to make you sound like you know what you're doing in the interview compared to other people interviewing for entry-level position that don't really have any experience with these other technologies. It's going to make your knowledge look a lot wider like you have way more experience than you actually do. That's what I recommend for entry-level developers looking for their first job. Do not worry about the portfolio. It's going to be there. Maybe someone will look at it, but do not count on it giving you a job. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to help spread it so anyone else out there looking for their first entry-level job and struggling, they could see this and maybe benefit from it as well. If you have any other ideas for any videos you want to hear me make, any topics you want me to talk about, please leave a comment below. Hit me up on Twitter. I'm pretty active on there. Got a lot of other videos already in the pipeline that I plan on publishing, and I probably will speed up how many videos I publish a week, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, take care, good luck with everything, and peace.